Hi, my name's Danny Zanker. The band I'm using today is called the Emancipation Quartet. I guess I came up with the name right after all the lockdowns were over and we were back to life, so an optimistic name. I guess I'd have to say Symphony Space in New York because I saw some amazing shows there, particularly Indian classical music, and I always just thought to myself, if I could play this place, wow. But to be honest, I think if I have a good band, a good sound, and the audience is responding, I really don't care what the place is. The important thing is just reaching people. Interestingly, I guess my brother and all his friends were playing guitar when I was in high school and I felt left out, so I wanted to get involved. So I started playing bass and just copying a lot of the rock bands that I really liked. And I just found I really took to it, so it just made sense for my life. I actually try a lot of different ways. I think the most important thing for me early on in writing was to discover myself, so I just tried to find what's honestly me. Once I did that, then it doesn't matter how I write, anything will actually come back to being me. So I might try writing from a different scale, a different sound. I might try out some new rhythms. I might think of an emotional picture in my mind and try to put it to music. And I just find any of that can work for me at this point because I have kind of figured out my identity as a musician and I can channel these ideas back to myself. So Reflexology, I kind of started writing that one during the first lockdown in 2020. I was working on my bebop lines again, and then after a while of doing that, I just wrote this tune. And it took on a new form because I realized although I wrote it in a bebop way, I actually put it sort of heavy on the one. So then when I told the band, let's try a New Orleans second line groove, then the song really found itself and it made a lot of sense. Rubies in the Sky is more recent. I was in a rehearsal with a friend called Ruby and I was trying out a new bass line and she was like, that's really cool, you should make a tune out of that. So that became the impetus for this song. And from there I kind of had this idea of sort of this positive feeling about my friend, but also being in the sky and that sort of peaceful, positive feeling of the sky, and I tried to write the music around that, and that was how it developed.